Hey, what's up, guys? Chris from Uncanny Comic Quest. On today's episode, we are talking about Justice League. Hope you like my new shirt. You can't save the world alone, but I say you can. One clever Instagram post at a time. Anyways, I digress. Today we're talking about Justice League, and more specifically, we're talking about Green Lantern in Justice League, or the lack thereof. I personally would love to see Green Lantern show up in Justice League. My only concern is that just too much going on inside the Justice League movie? And it kind of might be, to be honest with you, because I think we're going to get flashbacks to the first time that Darkseid and or Steppenwolf came to Earth and fought the Amazonians and the Earthlings and the Atlanteans. And I don't know if New Genesis was part of that, but that would be interesting if they do throw in New Genesis, because I actually would love to see that. But I think it would just be too much to show the Green Lantern. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about how they could show us Green Lanterns and what might make it okay to show us the Green Lanterns. First, from what we've heard, there are no Green Lantern announcements as far as casting. You know, there's been rumors that Armie Hammer's going to play Hal Jordan as Green Lantern. We've had Tyrese Gibson be rumored, and he likes to tweet out fan art of him as Green Lantern, but I really hope we don't get Tyrese Gibson as Jon Stewart, because I just don't see it. So I do agree with Armie Hammer, though. I would love to see Armie Hammer as Green Lantern. I think that the way that Warner Brothers needs to go about this is not cram in Green Lanterns into Justice League, because first off, you're giving us Aquaman, and I'm pretty sure Mira is even going to show up in this. You're giving us Flash, and even Batman. And even though we saw Batman v Superman, that wasn't anywhere near an origin story, so we really haven't gotten a lot of that character. We've had Wonder Woman, and she's the only one in this movie that we actually really know her story. And Superman will show up, and we do know his story, but we don't even know when he's going to show up. And if my theories are correct, he won't even show up until the third act. So they're going to be throwing a lot of stuff in there because we need to know who Flash is. We need to know who Aquaman is. Even though us comic book people know who those characters are, we don't need the origin story. The bad thing about these movies and big Hollywood and these studios is that they have to cater to the people that don't read comics and don't know this stuff. So it kind of sucks for us comic book readers. It's like, no, we don't need all this bullshit. Like, don't throw all this stuff. Like, we know we don't need an explanation. Like, just give us what we want to see, you know. But they have to cater to those casual moviegoers. Like, well, little Timmy, you want to go see Justice League today?
Yeah, Dad, I really want to go see Justice League. I want to see Aquaman just fight the Steppenwolf guy, you know?
They have to cater to that mom. That was not a mom. That was actually a father and son. But hey, it's 2017. You can be whatever you want to be. But they have to cater to those people that aren't avid comic book readers like us. Like, I pick up comics every single week. I know everything that's going on. It's no surprise to me. Just give me stuff. But unfortunately, that's not how Hollywood works. So this is my idea for how they should insert Green Lanterns into this. From what we've heard, Joss Whedon scrapped the original ending for this movie, which was supposed to have Darkseid show up. So, thank you, Joss Whedon. I don't dislike Zack Snyder at all. But Darkseid in this movie, pump the fucking brakes. No. Too soon. Way too soon. Way too fucking soon. No Darkseid. If I see Darkseid, it better be in like a 5-second little teaser at the end credit scene, like literally like his boot walking on the ground, and then black screen, nothing else. Like, that's as much of Darkseid as I want to see, even though as a fan I'm like, I want to see it, but I don't want them to show it. I want them to tease it. I want to want it more, just like us Marvel fans, because I'm a Marvel fan too, don't get me wrong. I'm not just DC. I love Marvel. You know, I was wearing my Avengers shirt earlier. You know, we've got that build up for Thanos. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Thanos. Imagine after, like, Iron Man 2, they randomly, like, showed you Thanos in all his glory or whatever. It'd be like, huh, that's really exciting, but, huh. Didn't really have a big build up to that, did they? So, pump the brakes on that. Glad they got rid of Darkseid. So, that means Steppenwolf is our main villain. My, not really theory, but this is more of just the way I think Warner Brothers should go with this, is I think you're going to have the Justice League fighting Steppenwolf and the Parademons. Obviously. Like, that's obvious. That's not even a theory. It's not speculation. That's what's going to be going on. Superman will show up. Whether or not it's during that last battle or if he shows up right before that last battle starts, that's to be seen. I don't know for fact, but I think that he'll actually show up right before that battle. Like, there'll be like a pre-battle to the big battle, and he's going to show up towards the end of that first battle, and then they'll be like, "Wow, Superman, I'm glad you're alive. I was looking at a hologram of your cousin Kara earlier in the Batcave. Fans have speculated it wasn't her, but it was her." Not a good Batman impersonation. I apologize. But that's when Superman's going to show up, in my opinion. So then they'll be ready for the big fight. And it's going to bring the Amazonians out, which I can't wait to see the Amazonians. If you watched our trailer reaction video and you saw me reacting to when they showed Themyscira, I was like, yes! Because after watching Wonder Woman, I couldn't wait to get back to Themyscira. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I loved the actors that were in it, and it just looked wonderful. So I can't wait to see Robin Wright and see all of those other Amazonian characters. So, you got the Amazonians showing up. You're going to have the Atlanteans showing up. Maybe New Genesis? I don't know. Maybe. And then you've got the Justice League on top of that. You got the Flash zipping around everywhere. You got Superman flying in from the heavens. You've got Wonder Woman slashing around with her sword and her shield. And then you've got Green Lantern. But not Hal Jordan. Not Jon Stewart. Not Simon Baz. Not Jessica Cruz. Not anyone that you really know. Not Kilowog. None of those guys. Maybe Abin Sur. Maybe. And I wouldn't mind seeing Abin Sur. And so here's why I think we should see Abin Sur. I would really like it if he did show up in that last battle. Like, somehow they were able to tease it early in the movie, so it's like you had an idea that our Green Lantern's a thing. So it wouldn't be like totally out of left field. It'd be like, oh, okay, cool, Abin Sur, like Green Lantern. Okay, they kind of just threw him in there. So tease it earlier. Maybe it's like a little throwaway scene where it's like a NASA space station or something, like, oh, we got a reading on the like whatever radar, and there's this thing entering our atmosphere, and it's like a real quick clip. But us comic book fans are like, oh, I bet that's a Green Lantern. That's so cool. Hopefully, we'll see. But that would be cool if Abin Sur showed up and he ends up being in the crossfire of all the stuff between the Justice League, New Genesis, Aquaman, the Atlanteans, the Amazonians, everyone. And Abin Sur dies. Like, he sacrifices himself to maybe save another member of the Justice League, and he dies. He dies, and then they keep battling, and I guess defeat Steppenwolf. I mean, I hate it when movies go for the cookie cutter, like, clean ending. Like, I'm Star-Lord, like, let's have a dance-off, bro. Like, oh, and Rocket Raccoon just blasts you out of the sky, and you're dead. Boom, we saved the day. Cool, we're Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't necessarily, like, I'm not saying I hate that. I love that movie. It's an amazing movie. But I don't like that every issue gets resolved at the end of the movie. Like, let's have a cliffhanger, right? Like, let's move, like, let's be like, oh my God, I wonder what's going to happen in the next film. Like, I don't know. So it'd be nice if they didn't defeat Steppenwolf. Like, maybe they beat the crap out of him in the Parademons, but he, like, boom tubed out of there back to Apocalypse. And so I would love it. So here's my idea, Warner Brothers. Listen closely now, okay? Take notes. Because Zack Snyder, I know you subscribe to my page, bro. Like, I know you're watching. So just tell the people over at Warner Brothers, talk to Joss Whedon, do whatever you got to do. Take note. This is how it needs to happen. A character like an Abin Sur shows up. He gets caught in the crossfire, sacrifices himself for a member of the Justice League. Maybe it's Cyborg, maybe it's Aquaman, maybe it's Superman. Maybe it's even Batman, since he's the only, like, dude with no superpowers that's going to be battling Steppenwolf, which I'm not going to overthink that one. What the hell are you going to do against Steppenwolf, Batman? Anyways, he dies, and it doesn't focus on it too much. He dies, and nobody knows who this guy is. He kind of just showed up for the last fight. But he died, and everyone's like, wow, like, who was this guy? But the movie ends. The first end credit scene that we get. I don't know exactly how it'll be filmed. You know, I really like to visualize things, and so, but if it went back to wherever the last fight scene is, it goes there, and his body's there, and, you know, you see, like, just his hand. You know, he's on his back, he's dead, his hand's just laying there, and you see the ring, like, start to glow, and it, like, comes off of his finger, and we see it, like, take off, and we see it, like, on a trajectory, and maybe we even see it arrive to a guy. Maybe it, like, flies in from behind, because they won't have anyone cast. They still haven't had someone cast unless they're really great at keeping it a secret. But maybe we see a guy with, like, the leather bomber jacket or whatever, and we're like, that's Hal Jordan. Like, that'd be great. That'd be a great, like, credits, like, teaser. Like, it'd be great to show the ring, like, kind of like in Man of Steel when Superman's, like, flying and it's got the POV view and he's, like, just, like, zooming around. It shows the ring, like, traveling across Earth, and then when it shows up to its target, it's coming from behind. You see that guy's leather bomber jacket, and us comic book fans know, like, that's Hal Jordan. Like, he's a you know, pilot, and he's flying these jets or whatever. Like, we know that that's Hal Jordan. And hopefully it's Armie Hammer, because I think he would be perfect for the role. And I think that would be a really good teaser, because I don't want to see Hal Jordan in this movie. It doesn't make sense to have Hal Jordan in this movie. One, some of you guys will be like, we don't need another origin story of Hal Jordan. Like, we know who Hal Jordan is. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying we need an origin story, per se. If we got an origin story, I wouldn't be against it if it was like a flashback, maybe, or something like that. Or even if we didn't have the origin story. But I think that some people would be like, just give us a Green Lantern. Give us an established Hal Jordan that's been away in space. Well, okay. By that logic, though, where was he during Batman v Superman, fighting Doomsday, who could destroy the Earth? Some people are like, well, they were off fighting something else that took all the Green Lanterns away and he couldn't defend Earth. Like, okay, but by that logic, you're telling me that a major Green Lantern storyline has taken place and we're not going to see it. So, Blackest Night happened? And we're not going to see it? Or Sinestro went to being a yellow ring, you know, the fear ring? Like, Sinestro already chilling. Like, that storyline? That's what took him away from Earth, so he wasn't there for Batman v Superman? So it's like, okay, yeah, you could use the argument, he was away fighting something that was a bigger deal. Well, okay, but by that logic, a bigger deal would mean a huge DC Comics Green Lantern storyline that we'll never see because it happened off screen, and we won't never see it unless you're gonna do a Green Lantern movie that's his origin story that goes back like 10 years and he's been gone. So it could go both ways, but I think that would be a great tease for Hal Jordan. You get the ring coming off his finger, and then it finds its next how do they say that? I guess the next user. We'll just go with user. I think that would be great. I really want to see Armie Hammer's Green Lantern. I think that he'd be great, and his chemistry with Henry Cavill and the Man from U.N.C.L.E. was amazing, so I think he'd be a great addition to the Justice League. I hope it happens. Warner Brothers, if some young intern working in the mailroom happens to come across this video, even though there's millions of people that have been saying it for a long time, I'll still claim it. I was one of the first people. When I saw the Man from U.N.C.L.E. and I saw Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer on screen together, I'm like, man, he would make a great Green Lantern. Their chemistry was just amazing. So they would be great in the Justice League together. I hope it happens. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Tonight we reached our 400 subscriber here on YouTube, which means another Uncanny Comic Quest shirt giveaway. And we're going to keep having giveaways at 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 subscribers. And then the big 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that, we're going to have 3 giveaways simultaneously. 2 people will win Uncanny Comic Quest Justice League themed shirts. And the grand prize winner is going to win an officially licensed Justice League t-shirt, an Uncanny Comic Quest Justice League themed t-shirt, and it doesn't come out until November, which is perfect timing, a hardback cover of the Darkseid Wars. Justice League Darkseid Wars. If you haven't read it, maybe you'll win it if you subscribe to our channel. So be sure to subscribe right now. Do it. You won't regret it. Great content. Great host. We have a great podcast with my best friends, Aaron and Alex, and we hope you keep turning in. I hope you keep tuning in. That's the show, guys. Tune in next time and hope to see you soon. Be sure to subscribe.